Hi tribe, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a video about retirement. Okay, I know a lot of us, people who watch my channel, are much younger, but we do have parents, right? We have parents, we have uncles and aunts, and just people who are older than us who are about to retire or who are retiring. So I want you to be able to help them, you know, because it is so important. There are so many people, there are so many vouchers out there that at retirement just come out, and I want you at least to be able to give them the correct information. Okay, so I'm not only here for you, but I'm also here for our parents as well. Okay, so we are talking about retirement. I want you to know, even for yourself, for a future time, what happens at retirement. So you've been saving your money in a pension fund, you've been saving your money in a provident fund, or you've saved some money in a retirement annuity. So let's say you are at the age of 55, because that's the legal retirement age in South Africa. Before that, you do not call it retirement. Okay, so you're at the legal age. Maybe we can call it 60, just to, you know, make things nicely. So it's at the age of 60, your mom is retiring, your dad is retiring, or your aunt is retiring. What happens then? Okay, so remember, there are a couple of options. So it's either they've been contributing to a retirement annuity, and a retirement annuity is a product that you will take out as an individual with an insurance company, with an asset manager. I'm not going to talk about which one and what. You can look at other videos. Okay, so it's a retirement annuity, and you bought this, you have put your money into a retirement annuity over all these years. Now you are at the age of 60. What happens? So you can either have a retirement annuity or have a pension or provident fund with your employer. So this one, there has to be an employer-employee relationship. Okay, but essentially they do the same things. They help you save towards retirement. So your mom, let's say, for example, we will use an example of a mom or dad. I can use them interchangeably. They have worked all these years, and they have either retirement or pension fund or provident fund. What happens? Okay, so I'm going to use an example of R1,000,000. So now they are saying, okay, I'm about to retire in the next month. What is going to happen with my R1,000,000 that I have saved over all these years? Like I said, I'm going to use R1,000,000 because it's an easy example and the numbers will be much easier this way. Okay, so there are a couple of things that happen. So let's say you have a retirement annuity. So a retirement annuity and a pension fund work exactly the same at retirement. Okay, so you contribute towards this pension or provident fund or retirement annuity throughout your life. At the age of 60, when you want to retire, a pension fund, my handwriting sucks, don't say anything about it, pension fund and retirement annuity work the same way. Okay, provident fund, on the other hand, works differently. Okay, so like I said, a provident fund works a bit different. So at retirement, so let's say your mom or your dad has R1,000,000, and I mean, you can use any number, it will still apply. All right, so let's say they have R1,000,000, okay, at retirement. So the pension fund rule says at retirement you will not be able to take the full R1,000,000 in cash. Okay, those are the rules of a pension and retirement annuity. So they cannot just say, oh, okay, I'm at 60, give me the full money. What happens is the government says you will be able to take this 1/3 in cash, then 2/3 you will have to get an annuity. So this is going to be your monthly income. All right, so what does 1/3 in cash mean? It means that 333,000 they will take in cash completely into their bank account. Then 2/3, how much is 2/3, Pam? 666. Yeah. 666. We'll just round it off. They will have to buy an annuity. So what is an annuity? An annuity is basically saying you will receive a monthly income from whatever product you buy. And we'll talk about what type of products you can buy, okay? Then on the annuity, you don't just decide, oh, okay, I want whatever amount. There are rules to how much you can get even from that. So on the annuity, you can get anything from 2.5% all the way through to 17.5%, okay? And that will be their monthly income, all right? So with cash, you get it cash, then they can go renovate their house. You know how our parents are, renovate their kitchen, you know, and go on holiday, whatever it is that they desire. But the 2/3, they cannot take their full amount. 2/3, they'll have to buy an annuity. And with this annuity, they can choose anything from 2.5% all the way to 17.5%. And I don't want to talk about what is the optimum amount. That's a story for them that they can choose. But for sure, they will not be able to choose anything beyond this amount. Okay? So let's just go back to a Provident Fund. With a Provident Fund, you can take up to 100% of your Provident Fund. Okay? So you've been contributing to it, and they say, okay, you've built up $1 million in this Provident Fund. You can take up to 100% of it. But there's a but. SARS is not just going to be like, oh, okay, happy days. They say 500,000 Rand. That's the tax-free amount, okay, that you can take up to. So remember here, because you can't take the full amount, you have to divide it. 1/3 in cash and 2/3 in cash in annuity. So effectively, if this amount was more than 500,000, maybe let me rephrase, because this amount is less than 500,000, it means that completely is going to be tax-free. But if now you have 2 million, it means that this amount is going to be 600,000. So meaning that 500,000 is tax-free, meaning that just over 100,000 will be taxed. So there is still taxes that apply even at retirement, unfortunately, you know. So with a Provident Fund, you can take that amount, but you will be taxed. And there are tax tables to show exactly how much tax that will be, okay? And you need to calculate this properly with a financial advisor, or you can go to the website, or even if your mom or your dad is retiring, just send me their details and I'll calculate it for you, okay? So that you have this information even before a financial advisor looks at. Pam is looking at me like, like, girl, you don't have enough time to do that. Pam, you know, she keeps me in check, thankfully. But, you know, I want to help, okay? So what options? So now let's say you have a pension and provident fund, or you have a pension and retirement annuity. Now you have to buy an annuity. Or even let's say with your provident fund, you want, or your parent wants to receive an annuity. So even with a provident fund, you're not obliged to take the full amount in cash and pay tax. You can. So as I was saying, you don't have to take the full amount. You can also decide, if you do have a provident fund, that you do want to receive some sort of an annuity, okay? I think it's just prudent to receive an annuity. I've seen people who take their money, they pay their tax, then 3 years later, they have nothing because they blew all of it. And the reason why the government says you need to buy an annuity when you have a pension or retirement annuity is that a lot of the times people blow through their money. So really, this is just protecting you from yourself. Then here you are, you need to send money, but your parents had money to begin with, okay? So you can actually do the very same thing with a provident fund. You're not obliged to just take the full amount in cash. Maybe before I go anywhere, Pam just was like, just shaking her head profusely, like, Mapala, don't tell people that they should send you these things. You don't have time. And I remembered there's a website called Text Team, and I'll link it below, and you can easily do that calculation on there if, because Pam, it's Pam, not me. You can blame Pam. All right, so this is how it works. So what options are available? What kind of annuities are available out there? There are two types of annuities. The first one is called a life annuity. Then the second one is called a living annuity. I hope you can see my handwriting. It sucks, but you get the information, okay? So now they've decided, okay, they know how much they're going to take. They've decided, okay, I'm going to take some cash and I'm going to have an annuity. What is available in the market? Okay, so you can buy a life annuity. A life annuity, you can buy it through an insurance company. And it is guaranteed for life. That's why it's called a life annuity. So with a life annuity, you choose again between 2.5 and all the way to 17.5%, and they guarantee you an income for life, right? Depending on how much you have, if you have 1 million and you're choosing 10%, you have to do the calculation and say, okay, will that be enough for me? With a life annuity, they guarantee you an income for life, and that's the beauty of a life annuity, right? That even if you live up to 100, you will still be receiving an annuity, okay? And you can increase it by inflation, and those terms and conditions you can decide on and agree with a financial advisor, right? The downfall of a life annuity, the reason why people don't like life annuities is that, yes, with a life annuity, guaranteed income for life, and you can choose your partner to receive an income when you're gone. But if you die after 5 years, that's it. It stops. And no one is getting paid out. So you cannot leave beneficiaries on a life annuity. Yes, your wife, perhaps, if it's an annuity where you've written down your wife, they can receive an income until a certain point. But if both of you and your partner die after 2 years and you have 16 million, well, that's just how it works. So the beauty, and I don't want to disregard the beauty of it is that the one who lives the longest benefits the most, basically, right? So you kind of have to look at that and say, what am I willing? Because with everything, there's risk and rewards. The reward is that the longer you live, you are guaranteed an income. But if you die quicker, then you don't have beneficiaries, no one can inherit whatever is left. So that's the downfall, and I think it's a big downfall. Then you have a living annuity. So insurance companies, yes, do sell a living annuity, but I prefer with an asset manager. And this Signia, this Allen Craig, Coronation, Marriott, you name them, there are many asset managers available for you. Then again, you can choose between 2.5% all the way to 17.5%. But living annuities are linked to the market, meaning that at one point, I remember when I used to work in the financial service industry, there was that big saga, Nenegate, where the Minister of Finance was fired, and overnight the rand plummeted and asset managers lost billions. So you are invested in a living annuity and something like that happens, your parent has the potential to lose money. That's a fact, okay? So it's something that you do have to consider, and they will take a look at which funds are more appropriate for them. So it won't be like really risky stuff, but that's a conversation for another day. Then the advantage to a living annuity is that you can write down your beneficiaries. So if you have kids like myself, if I had a living annuity and I have 2 million rand in here, and God forbid I die, lights out at the age of 70, and I still have maybe another 2 million or whatever it is in there I can write my son's names. They will get 50%, or they will get whatever percentage, and I'll leave whoever with the money. So it's a wonderful way to leave a legacy as well, but remember the disadvantages as well, the risks as well. So for me, I always say, perhaps take a look at a hybrid model, right? Where you have a life annuity and a living annuity. But again, speak to someone who knows this stuff very well and can advise you accordingly to make sure that your parents' needs are met, okay? So just to recap, remember, at retirement, pension and retirement annuity, you cannot take the money in full. You have to take 1/3 in cash, 2/3 you have to buy an annuity. With a Provident Fund, you can take it all in cash, but 500,000 only is tax-free. Beyond that, then you will start paying tax on a sliding scale, all right? Then there is a life annuity and living annuity options available for them to invest in. And you have to look at both the risks and the rewards of either one of the options. So I hope this does shed some light for your parents, for your uncles, and people who are about to retire. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments and I'll definitely answer. Cheers for now.